Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Headbangers Closet. Hope everybody's doing well and enjoying your week so far. So what have you guys been listening to lately? For me, I've been listening to those same two thrash records I've been talking about the last couple of videos. The first one is a band called Carotid. The album's called Realms of Insanity. They're like a young band from Pennsylvania area. Really good mid-tempo thrash metal. Got a big-time old-school sound, old-school vibe to them. Not so much speed as like Slayer, but just that good mid-tempo, old-school sounding thrash metal. It's really, really good stuff. Give them a listen. Check them out. The next one's another East Coast band, New York City's own Electrocutioner. The new album's called Headbangers. Really, really good stuff. Kind of reminds me a lot of early Sepultura, but it's got that that old school sounding vibe, but the new school as well. Just really, really good stuff. Check them out as well. Two excellent but very different thrash albums for 2025. CDs and tapes available on their Bandcamp page, also from the Instagram pages, but no vinyl just yet. So I know I've said it a million times, I don't like doing reviews, I'm not that good at reviews, but when these albums get put on vinyl, I will be picking them up, and I will be doing my review of these albums just because they're really good. I really like them. I believe in the bands, believe in the music, and hopefully you guys check them out, listen to them, and like them as well. And another one of a vinyl I do have is the latest from the band called, I'm going to pronounce it Based. I'm probably butchering that, but it's B-A-E-S-T, so it's not Beast, but well, let's just call them Beast. Screw it, right? I'm butchering the name anyway, but the album's called Colossal, released on Century Media Records. These guys are a death metal band, a melodic death metal band from Denmark. With the vocal stylings, you get more of the shouting variety than the growling, although there are growls on this. In particular, the title track, Colossal, really, really great tune, song number 2 on the album. But great stuff. For me, when I'm listening to heavy metal, when I'm getting into a metal band, what drives the bus is the guitars. And this thing's got it in spades. Just the riffs are great. The solos are great. The harmonies are great. They really do a good job kind of with that melodic death metal sound. And, stand out. The half of the album is great. Stormbringer starts the record. Then you got Colossus, and Loathe and Love, King of the Sun. One of those tunes that you kind of put on, and that guitar hook is going to be in your head all day long. And then one of my favorite tracks on the record is actually an instrumental. It's called Light the Beacons. It's the second to last song on the album. A 3-minute and 42-second, just melodic guitar fest. Awesome tune. But give these guys a listen, judge it for yourself. I know you guys are going to like it. If you're watching my channel, you're probably going to end up digging this one just like I did. And maybe you can pronounce the name of the damn band. But awesome stuff. Like I said, Century Media Records put it out. Black vinyl, really cool. A lot of good t-shirts. Their Instagram page, there was a link, and I couldn't pick any up, but there was some really good looking t-shirts for this. And there's also some different vinyl variants you can buy from their site. The Century Media Records USA site didn't have it, so I picked the black one. Excuse me. So for this video, I just want to talk about a record that I really like, but an album I don't think many people, think of when you mention the band. And it's also an album I'm listening to a lot, probably about the last 2 weeks. The album is Human from Death, and great record, but come on, think about it. When you think of the band Death, does Human come to mind? Now, my good buddy in Switzerland told me this is his favorite Death record. I did a Death record ranking a while back, a couple years ago, back when Relapse Records reissued all of them on that splatter vinyl. So that was 2021. Yeah, it was definitely 2021, I believe. There's the splatter here. All of them were like the color scheme. This is the white, the clear with the white, black and red and pink and blue. All the color schemes are basically the same color scheme of the album cover. But I did my ranking, and Human was down towards the bottom. And it's not that it's a bad record, and nor was the one that I ranked last. And when you're talking about Death's discography, they're all great records, right? I mean, it's really splitting hairs. It's hard to choose. So one's got to finish first, one's got to finish last. Human was down towards the bottom, and I know Tommy was not a fan of that ranking because this is his favorite Death album, but it's a really good record. It's the first one with bass player Steve DiGiorgio. He's one of my favorite bass players in metal, and I really like his work on the Death records, and this one's really great as well. You put the side A on, Flattening of Emotions, starts off with that drum beat, and then it kind of kicks in, and they all start playing, and you can tell right off the bat that this one came out, like I said, October or did I say that when it came out? Anyway, October 1991, and I was after Spiritual Healing, and I feel it's like that natural progression for the band from Spiritual Healing to the next phase of the progressive, the technical death metal. And I feel that when the song kicks in, Flattening of Emotions, and all the guys are playing that low end, the drums and the bass, that low end, the rhythm section really sounds so good. It kind of grabs you, and you can just tell, it's going to be such a tight record, a super heavy record. But the thing's awesome. Songs I really like off the record: Flattening of Emotions, Suicide Machine, Together as One, just so good. And then the side B, Lack of Comprehension, obviously. And then probably my favorite song on the album is Vacant Planets. And then the album concludes with a cover. It's the Kiss tune, Gods of Thunder. And, that's an album, an album. It's a song I've heard from this album many times, but I never really paid too much attention to it. It was always a song that would come on shuffle, or if I was listening to the record and it was, getting to the end of it, and it just played until it was over. But it wasn't until recently when I picked this thing up again and gave it a spin, because it's been a little while since I've listened to it. I was like, man, that's just a killer tune, just a really good cover. Chuck's vocals just do a really great job with that song, and then just the guitars and the heaviness of the band, the way they do that great Kiss riff from Gods of Thunder, just so good, so heavy. And I was like, man, where's this song been all my life? Why did I not particularly care for it or pay too much attention to it before? Now I think it's freaking amazing. It's kind of weird how music does that to us, right? I'm sure a lot of you guys watching, there are songs that's happened to you before in the past. So but yeah, Gods of Thunder, just a great cover tune from the Kiss song. But anyway, Death's Human, great record. It's got an anniversary coming out in about 23 days, because tomorrow's October 1st. So yeah, October 22nd, 1991 is when this thing came out. Awesome record. I don't remember the guys' names, but the drummer and guitar player are the two dudes from the band called Cynic. And they do a great job in this as well. We all know the story of Death. For the most part, the band is like hired guns. Even though Steve DiGiorgio's only been on 2, I always like to see he is like one of the more mainstay guys. He's also Left to Die and everything like that. But, just great record. And as I mentioned earlier, just that good natural progression from Spiritual Healings into Human, individual thought patterns, symbolic, and sounds of perseverance that they kind of, just Death is known for. So great record. So, give it a listen if you hadn't done so in a while, and maybe the song Gods of Thunder or another song kind of like jump out to you. Like I said, I've always liked this album, but I just wanted to give it a spin a few weeks ago because I hadn't heard it in a while, and it's kind of like struck a nerve for me, and it's basically been on my turntable ever since. So also, before I conclude the video, definitely check out Carotid, definitely check out Electrocutioner, definitely check out Based. Just good stuff. Hopefully you guys dig these bands as much as I do. I really love talking about this stuff with you guys, and showing y'all new bands, getting new band suggestions from you guys as well. So be doing more videos like this, in the future, just picking an album from my collection maybe I haven't listened to in a while, or an album from one of my favorite bands that might not be my favorite album from them, just kind of talking about it. So anyway, appreciate all you guys checking out the channel, and all the comments and all that stuff. Really like that, and talking to you guys about this stuff. And hopefully you guys can stick around for more videos, and I'll have another one for you guys very soon. Cheers, everybody.